माधवा कुंज बिहारी कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे गाइए कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम हरे हरे जय कृष्णा बलराम जय कृष्णा बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम राम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम जय ललिता विशाखा जय राधे श्याम ललिता विशाखा जय राधे श्याम ललिता विशाखा जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Dev, Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev. हरि राम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवता उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. So you all are welcome in the Srimad Bhagavad-Gita as it is class, and we are trying to discuss chapter first, observing the armies. And today we will try to discuss verse number 31st. Nacha Shreyo Anupashyam. Can you repeat? Nacha Shreyo Anupashyam. Hatva Swajanamahave. Swajanamahave. Na Kanche Vijayam Krishna. Na cha Rajyam Sukhani cha. Na cha Shreyo Anupashyami. Hatva Swajanamahave. Na Kanche Vijayam Krishna. Na cha Rajyam Sukhani cha. Na cha Shreyo Anupashyami. Hatva Swajanamahave. Na Kanche Vijayam Krishna. Na cha Rajyam Sukhani cha. प्रभु जी इसको रिपीट करना है। न चा श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न चा राज्यं सुखानि च न चा श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च। माताजी, न च श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च न च श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च। Word to word translation: na, nor, cha, also, shreyah, good, anupashyami, do I foresee, hatva, by killing, swajanam, own kinsmen ahave in the fight, na nor kangashe do I desire, vijayam victory, Krishna, O Krishna, na nor cha also, rajyam kingdom, sukhani happiness thereof, cha also. Translation: I do not see how any good can come. You can repeat. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle. Nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Without knowing that one's self-interest is in Vishnu or Krishna, conditioned souls are attracted by bodily relationships, hoping to be happy in such situations. In such a blind conception of life, they forget even the causes of material happiness. Arjun appears to have even forgotten the moral codes for a Kshatriya. It is said that two kinds of men, namely the Kshatriya who dies directly in front of the battlefield under Krishna's personal orders, and the person in the renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, are eligible to enter into the sun globe, which is so powerful and dazzling. Arjun is reluctant even to kill his enemies, let alone his relatives. He thinks that by killing his kinsmen, there would be no happiness in his life, and therefore he is not willing to fight. Just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook. He has now decided to go into the forest and live a secluded life in frustration. But as a Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom for his subsistence because the Kshatriyas cannot engage themselves in any other occupation. But Arjun has no kingdom. Arjuna's sole opportunity for gaining a kingdom lies in fighting with his cousins and brothers and reclaiming the kingdom inherited from his father, which he does not like to do. Therefore, he considers himself fit to go to the forest to live a secluded life of frustration. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुर्वे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामी निति नामिने Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. So before starting the discussion, I would like to take the blessings of the acharyas of my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, and all the devotees who are present here or anywhere else. Hare Krishna. So this verse, 31st, so we are seeing, this is the chapter first, and Arjun is now, he told Krishna, who is acting as a servant, as a dear servant, because Krishna is in Sakhya Bhav, he is doing Sakhya Lila. So Lord Krishna, he is serving, he is riding the chariot, right? And Arjun, we have already seen that Arjun instructed Krishna to bring the chariot in between the two militaries, armies, Kauravas and Pandavas. And now he is observing. So that is the title of the chapter. And by observing, we have already seen that Arjun is grief-stricken. He is very surprised. His hairs are standing on the end. He is trembling that how he will fight. And now he has started giving reason why he will not fight, why he would not like to fight. So he presents many reasons. First reason we have already seen in verse number 28 to 30, in the last class, that he's showing compassion, that how I can kill, how I can be the reason for killing of millions and millions of the soldiers, the military. How I can kill. If I don't fight, then there will be no fight. Because in Pandava, Arjun is the topmost. Yeah. So everyone knows if Arjun doesn't fight, battle is over. So Arjun is the hero of Bhagavad-Gita and as well as the Mahabharata. Because he is the very dear to Krishna. A devotee is always the hero. So Arjun is giving first reason that he is feeling very compassionate. He cannot tolerate the pain of killing his own kinsmen, relatives, family members, friends, and not just his own family members, but also he is showing compassion for those who are fighting against him in the opposition army. Yeah, those soldiers, millions of soldiers in the Kaurav's army, that they will also get killed. So that was the first reason. In this verse, 31st, Arjun is presenting the second reason, that I foresee no enjoyment. Arjun is saying, I foresee no enjoyment. I am not seeing any enjoyment. What enjoyment I will get by fighting? Now he is presenting the second argument to Krishna in his discussion. Because he is not saying that I cannot become victorious. It's not that he is fearful of fighting, that I will lose the battle. It's not like that. A devotee, Srila Prabhupada says, a devotee is fearless. A devotee of the Lord is fearless. Yes. So we should check in our life how much fearless we have become. That much advancement we have attained in our life. So Arjun is not fearful of fighting actually. We should understand this. So he is fearless actually. And he is saying what I will gain even by becoming victorious. That means he is saying I will fight and even I can win the battle. He is so confident. He is so confident. Why? Because Krishna is at the back. Krishna is in his favor, in his support. So when Krishna is there, there is no fear. Yeah. So we should always have Krishna in our life. When we have Krishna in our life, then we have no fear actually. So Arjun is not thinking of how I will win the battle. No, he is saying what I will get even after becoming victorious. He is quite ahead of this thought. So Srila Prabhupada writes that the self-interest, he in a lecture delivered in London, Prabhupada has given a lecture on this verse in London. So in this, Srila Prabhupada said there are two things, Shreyas and Preyas. Yeah. So Shreyas means ultimate good. What is the ultimate good for everyone? And Preyas means immediately palatable. Ah, that immediate enjoyment. That is Preyas. Like you got a full Mahaprasad plate. Okay. So you will think that, oh, I have got so much Mahaprasad, so let's eat. I will eat alone. Sometimes devotee can think, I will eat alone. So what is this? Is prayers. So immediate enjoyment he wants. We seek immediate enjoyment. But if we eat immediately so much of Mahaprasad, what will happen? Our stomach will be upset. So prayers gives temporary and immediate enjoyment. It seems to be palatable. Like on YouTube, you see, previously there were no shorts. Shorts were not there in YouTube, but now they have brought shorts. Yeah. Why? This is prayers, immediate enjoyment. People don't have patience to click and then the network will come and then it will start playing the video, big videos. No time, no patience. Just 30 seconds, 50 seconds, 40 seconds like that, and keep scrolling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we all of us must have noticed that so much of time goes. We watching just by watching the reels and the shorts. It takes hours, and then we realize, oh, it's already been 30 minutes. I'm watching. Although we watch spiritual reels, but it's gone 30 minutes, 1 hour. I have not read Bhagavad-Gita today. So it is prayers. It seems we are taking immediate enjoyment. It seems to be palatable, but it's not in the long run. So that is prayers. A child, like a child, he wants to play. He wants to play always. And the father tells, no, come back. The mama is telling, बच्चा come, आ जाओ. बहुत हो गया खेल कूद. अभी स्कूल का होमवर्क करना है. You have to do homework. But he doesn't want to do. The child don't want to go to school. But going to school is Shreyas. It is for his benefit, the father is saying. Similarly, in the life of a devotee, many times we don't want to wake up early. Suppose we are late in the night. We slept in the night. We came from a travel or from a train late. So suppose we slept at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Then in the morning, the mind will say, okay, yesterday night you were late, you came at 12 o'clock, don't go to Mangal Aarti, let's sleep, otherwise you will sleep in chanting. Like that mind plays. So this is what prayers. Our mind tells that take the enjoyment in sleeping for now. This is more better for you. But that's not better. We should wake up and go to Mangal Aarti. And what if we sleep? We should walk. We are already knowing that we will sleep because the sleep is not complete. In chanting, we will feel sleepy. So better to walk and chant that day at least. Then we can complete the chanting on the same time as usual. So everyone should be interested for Shreyas, not Prayas. But the problem is, in this world, more and more we are interested in prayers. Everyone wants immediate enjoyment. And the society, technology, everything teaches in the same way. The cell phones, previously they were keypad phones. So people don't want to use much with the phone. They don't spend much time. We don't want to spend much time. Why? We have to, even to type a message, if you have to write son, then you will press the 7 number 4 times. P, Q, R, S. Then it will come S. Then 8 button twice. T, U, S, U. Then M, N, O, P. Again. So much of typing just to write a letter son. But now, even if you speak son, you will write son. So how fast it is. If you speak a line, it will write. So technology is evolving, but it is more bringing us on the platform of prayers. So the problem is, because of using cell phones, laptops and everything, technology, we want more and more prayers. We are losing patience. So here Arjun, although he is thinking of the actually future. He is thinking of the future. Prabhupada is saying is actually in the Shreyas category. He is thinking of the future, that in future what will happen. I can fight now, but in the future I cannot enjoy. That's the problem. Arjun is thinking. So Arjun is considering with reference to his future. What benefit I will get. Huh? So everyone, Prabhupada says, wants happiness in this world. Everyone wants to enjoy. All of us wants to enjoy at every moment. Everyone. Because what is our swarupa, our form? The form of a living entity is Sachit Ananda. So without Anand, we cannot live. That's a fact. Without Anand, without pleasure, no one can survive. Yes, because it is our eternal Swarup. And the same Swarup is of Krishna also. Sachit Anand. So without Anand, one cannot survive. Every time we are looking for some pleasure. That's why we are sitting. Even if you are sitting in Bhagavad-Gita, we are thinking we will get some pleasure by listening to the explanation of the Bhagavad-Gita's text. We do kirtan, we eat prasad. So we are all always after seeking pleasure. Anyone wants pain? No, we don't want pain. Only pure devotees, they put themselves into pain for the pleasure of Krishna. Yeah. So, but in general, even devotees, they don't want pain. Who wants that my leg, let it get broken, my hand gets broken in an accident. Krishna, break my hand, break my leg, let me sleep in the hospital, and then I will chant and read. It's not, this is not the prayer we do. No, we are not like Kunti Maharani. She is inviting troubles. She is praying for troubles. Then let the troubles come again and again, so that we get the darshan of you, Krishna, every time. So that is her level, the level of a pure devotee. But our level is different. At least my level. So we are after happiness. And if you see even in the society, why suicides take place? Because the students, many students are suiciding in today's world. And why they commit suicide? Because they become convinced that if they cannot crack medical exam, if they are not going to get a seat in MBBS, or they are not going to enter into IIT, so their life is spoiled completely. Now they cannot get happiness in this life. They cannot never become happy. So they become very much rigid and fixed in this thought that they cannot derive happiness now. So once the living entity, he thinks in a way and he becomes fixed up like this, that he cannot become happy now. In the future, he commits suicide. So suicide also is the reaction or the reason behind what? When one is convinced that he cannot become happy. But our Swarup is happiness, that we need to understand. Okay? And it is said, nobody wants to enjoy life alone. That is not possible. No one. No one wants to be lonely. That's why everyone wants family in general. Even someone becomes brahmachari, like I told my father I want to become brahmachari. My father said, without marriage, how you will be happy, my son? So he was not convinced that I will be happy. So in this society, everyone wants family. They think that in family life, one is very happy. We want family life means, actually, if you want to understand what is family life, that is close associates with whom we share our hearts. We want those people in our life with whom we can share our heart. In fact, in Brahmachari life, we have more members like this, I can say. We have big family, bigger. So, otherwise in Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Rishabdev, he teaches to his sons. He says, Pumsa striya mithuni bhavametam tayor mitho hridaya granthi mahu ato griha kshetre sutapta vitter janasya moho ayamaham mameti. Saying the attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. In the material world, the attraction between the male and female, whether husband, wife, or on the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of the male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine, mama mameti. Aham mameti. So aham means me and mameti means mine, मैं और मेरा. So in this one becomes very deeply attached. Why? In this family life. So here Arjun is very much attached with his family life, with his relatives, with his friends, with the society, with his soldiers, and he's thinking that I cannot kill them. How I can fight with my family? It's so difficult. Huh? Even in normal household life, if you fight with a family member, it will be difficult. I want to speak of killing now on the battlefield. So Arjun is very much confused and perplexed. So it is very difficult actually. He's thinking there will be no happiness without family life. That's the general thought of the society. Yes. But Srila Prabhupada is saying, what is one's self-interest? It is in Vishnu. It is by serving Krishna, it is by serving the lotus feet of the Lord. And how we serve Krishna? By following the instructions. When we follow the instruction, we try our best to follow the instructions of the Lord, which we get actually from our Guru, spiritual master. Because the spiritual master, he is the personification of the Supreme Lord. So it is the Guru, the spiritual master, who tells us what is the desire of the Lord actually. We are very much conditioned in the three modes of material nature. Even what we think, it is because of our conditioning. It is not that it is very pure thinking. A conditioned soul cannot think unconditionally. It cannot think purely. Always our thoughts, our plans, our aims and dreams, they are affected by the modes of material nature. Because we are in this material world, so the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, these three modes, they affect our thoughts. Always our thoughts, our desires, whatever we are planning. So if someone does of his own, takes his own path, it's very difficult to get bhakti. So one has to surrender to the lotus feet of spiritual master, to Guru. And then only he can progress. He can progress in the spiritual life. In 7.5, 7.531 Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Nate viduhu swartha gatim hi vishnum durashayaye bahirarthamanina andha yathandhe rupaniyamana sthe apishatantraya muridam nibaddha. Person who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life and who have therefore accepted as their leader or guru a similar blind man attached to external sense objects cannot understand that the goal of life is to return home back to Godhead and engage in the service of Lord Vishnu. As blind men guided by another blind man miss the right path and fall into a ditch, materially attached men led by another materially attached man are bound by the ropes of fruitive labor, which are made of very strong cords, and they continue again and again in materialistic life, suffering the threefold miseries. So what is happening in this world? A blind man is taking guidance of another blind man. A blind man is trying to show the path to another blind man. So how it is possible? But this is happening 99.99% in the society. People are thinking that I know what is the right path. I know how to live life. And he is guiding also. So they are so-called leaders in our society. So people are misled. They don't know what is the ultimate aim of our life. What is the ultimate aim? To go back home, back to Godhead, to attain the spiritual kingdom. But the leaders have confused us. That's the problem. So as a Kshatriya, Arjun is a leader here. And as a Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom. Without kingdom, a Kshatriya cannot survive. Because it is his prescribed duty and his own nature to rule. So a Kshatriya will always try to rule. That's why Lord Krishna, when he became a Shantidut, he went to the assembly in Kurukshetra, assembly of the Kauravas. Then he proposed 5 villages at least for 5 Pandavas. Because Kshatriya cannot live without ruling. Right? And here Prabhupada is writing in the purport that there are 2 kinds of men who dies directly. One Kshatriya who dies directly in front of the battlefield under Krishna's instruction, order. And second is the person in the renounced order of life, who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture. So these two kind of people, they are eligible to enter into the sun globe. Huh? So when I was reading this, I was thought why they are writing sun globe. Generally, we have heard they will go to the heavenly planets, or by serving Krishna, one will go to Goloka, or following the order. But here is a Kshatriya, they are saying that Kshatriya, and I asked many devotees, then one senior devotee gave me the answer. I'd like to share. He told that in the heavenly planet, there are many heavenly planets, there are levels, like Surya Lok, Chandra Lok, Indra Lok, Varun Lok, these all are heavenly planets. The sun planet, that is the topmost actually. It is very glorious, and it is very effulgent actually, very effulgent, dazzling and powerful, Prabhupada is mentioning. So the sun globe, it is very nice heavenly planet. Like in here, suppose one wants to go and enjoy materialistic life in a metropolitan city where so much of facilities are there, roads, hospitals, schools, parks, swimming pools, everything, forest. So then one can go to Delhi, or one can go to Mumbai, or one can go to New York also, in Switzerland also. So there are different kinds of metropolitan cities even in this world. So similarly, there are different kinds of heavens. So these two people, why these two people? Two kinds of people, Kshatriya and a renounced order of life person. Because these two person, a Kshatriya, he gives his life fighting on the battlefield bravely. His act is of complete of bravery. Even in the material world we see, if some soldier dies fighting, he gets chakra awarded by the president or prime minister. And in his memory, there will be memorable, some trust they will form, they will keep one bust, they will give them 21 topo ki salami, like that. Why? Because he has let down his life in the respect, in the protection of the country. So laying down life is one of the very crucial aspect, because it is very tough, and that too while fighting. So when one fights bravely, so that is a Kshatriya. So that Kshatriya, he attends to the sun kingdom. He goes to the sun globe. And second, a renunciate person, one who is a Virakta, and one who is devoted to the spiritual culture. Because the renounced order of life, he has also left the family, he has also left his job, maybe he is working very nicely previously. So he has left his job, family, friends, many things, and takes to the Krishna consciousness movement. That okay, I will serve, no matter whatever pain and pleasure comes in my way, but I will try to serve the Lord and his devotees. So that is also a very brave decision. So that's why these two people, they attain the sun globe, right? So in Kshatriya, if you see, their duties assigned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad Muni, he has explained the social class and their duties. Because Arjun, being a Kshatriya, he is acting reluctantly. He is saying that I don't want to kill my enemies. And what to speak of relatives? Even I don't want to kill my enemies. How I can kill my relatives? Oh Madhusudan. Like that. Krishna is saying, Arjun is saying. And he is thinking there would be no happiness. So he is not willing to fight. And very nice analogy Prabhupada has given. Like just a person who does not feel hunger. If we are not hungry, many of us have experienced that we would not like to cook. If we are not hungry, we would not like to go into the kitchen and cook nicely. We will say, okay, we'll cook later. There is no appetite now. So similarly, Arjuna doesn't want to fight. Why? He is saying, I don't want kingdom. If I don't want kingdom, what is the question of fighting then, Krishna? He is saying to Krishna, I don't want kingdom. So, game over. Problem solved. I don't want kingdom. I will not fight. That's it. So this is the second reason he is presenting. And what Arjun is thinking, and why Arjun is thinking like this, that is another thing. If you see the another view of the coin, another face, So Arjun is a pure devotee. How he can he can get bewildered? That is another question. Arjun is a pure devotee. He is sitting with Krishna. Krishna is serving him. Krishna is right in front of him. How Arjun can be perplexed? How he can be in doubt? How he cannot follow the dharma of a Kshatriya? It's a question. Why? Because Arjun is playing the role actually. He's acting. He's acting in the role of a conditioned soul. A soul who is conditioned, he is very much attached to his family life, to his own happiness, to his own desires. So Arjun is playing the role of a conditioned soul here. It's not that Arjun is truly conditioned. He is not conditioned. He is not a conditioned soul. Anyone who is sitting with Krishna, has very close friendship with Krishna, Krishna is directly serving that devotee Arjun. How he can be a conditioned soul, and how he cannot fulfill the basic dharma, a social order. That is very, very, if you see the discussions of Ramanand Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so it is very beginning that following the social orders of the Varna and Dharma, Varna and Ashrama. So how he cannot follow, how he cannot perform his own duties of Kshatriya. So Arjun actually is playing the role of a conditioned soul, that we should understand. We should not think. Many times some devotees say that अर्जुन भी देखो, अर्जुन भी बहक गया है, अर्जुन की इंद्रिया कंट्रोल में नहीं है. अर्जुन कह रहा है, अर्जुन इज सेइंग आई कैन नॉट कंट्रोल माई सेंसेस. So Arjun is playing the role. Please try to understand this. Arjun is not at all in any conditioned stage. He is completely unconditioned. But he is playing role, and the devotees, they play the role so nicely they play that it seems that असली कहानी चल रही है, picture चल रहा है. Like when there is Ram Leela, then one devotee becomes Ravan, one becomes Angad, one becomes Hanuman. So is it like that the one who has become Ravan is really a asur? No, na. Devotee only has become Ravan. One devotee plays the role of Ravan, or Hiranyakashipu, and one becomes Narsinghdev. So it is devotee only who plays the role, because he understands what is the role, how to play. So similarly, it is not that anyone gets the chance to associate with the Lord. Prabhupada says it takes millions and millions of births. It takes millions and millions of births to accumulate the spiritual credits, so that we can sit even once with Krishna. Prabhupada is saying that in the forest of Vrindavan, the Gwal Bal Sakha who are eating with Krishna or feeding Krishna from their own hands. Krishna is sleeping, they are feeding under a very beautiful Kadamba tree. So they have accumulated millions and millions of births of pious credits, spiritual credits. It's not that this punya, what we talk is spiritual credits. And that's why sometimes devotee asks, if I chant 16 rounds, if I follow 4 regulative principle, I study Prabhupada's books, then why we are being told every time that do more? That okay, this is Purushottam Mass, chant more, read more, do parikrama, wake up early, study more books. So why? Do more services. Why? It is not just that we want to become pure at a faster rate. It's not just that. But another thing is, we want to accumulate more and more and more spiritual credits. Because if we don't accumulate, we will not get a direct service. We will not get direct service there in Goloka. There is a possibility we will go back home, back to Godhead. Okay, we will not be in this world. But after reaching there, so a devotee is always interested, whether devotees always ask, even Krishna says a devotee that, okay, you come back to me, come to my home, come to your kingdom. But the devotee asks what? That, do I have the seva adhikar there? Do I have the right to serve there? If I get service there, your personal service, then I am ready to go. Otherwise, I don't want to go. I am happy here serving you directly, deities and everything. So this is a bhav, the desire of a devotee. So we must accumulate spiritual credits more and more. Then only we can get direct service, or we can enter into the Nikunja. We can serve, we can go there. That's why in Tulsi Aarti we also go, Seva Adhikara Diya Kara Nije Dasi. Every day we pray, give us the right to serve. Otherwise, we'll not get, without service, the devotee don't want to live. If there is no service, devotee doesn't want to live. So Arjun here, he actually acting in the role of a conditioned soul, and he is saying that I have decided to go into the forest. My dear Krishna, I don't want to fight. I will go to the forest and live a secluded life there in frustration. He know he will be frustrated by living in forest because a Kshatriya is not able to follow his own dharma. But he is saying, okay, I will be in peace. Even I live a life of frustration. So Kshatriya, if you see, Prabhupada has explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, where Narad Muni explains the social order, the four social classes and their duties, which Narad Muni himself heard from Lord Narayan. Even the Lord himself told the four social classes, what are their duties and all. So there it is written, for a Brahman, there are 6 occupational duties. Okay. What are they? Studying the Veda, worshipping the deity, giving charity. 3 primary for a Brahman. Then, by teaching, 4th, teaching, 5th, by inducing others to worship the deity. This is the 5th. And 6th is by accepting gifts, accepting charity. So these are the 6. But for a Kshatriya, it is very clearly written, a Kshatriya cannot accept charity. But if Arjun goes to forest, he is a Kshatriya, how he will live? He has to live by some means. So he has to accept charity. And also a Kshatriya cannot do another work also. Out of 6, 5 things the Kshatriya can do. In the same purport, Prabhupada is writing, a Brahman cannot take up any professional occupational duty for his livelihood. For a Brahman, for being truly being a Brahman, no other occupation can be taken. If someone takes it, he at once falls from his position. He falls from his position and becomes a Shudra. Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami belong to a very respectful family. We know it, they belong to a South India Saraswat family, a very high class Brahmins. But since they accepted the service of the Mughals, from the Mohammedan, Nawab Hussain Shah, so their name also changed, and the Brahmins, they told him, no, you do not belong to our society now. Although it is not they willingly did it, it was like a force, because Nawab Hussain Shah told, I want 2 very intelligent first class men so that I can rule very nicely. And if you don't do this, he told to Rup and Sanatan, if you don't do this, I will slaughter, I will destroy all the temples of your village, I will kill your men, and I will destroy all temples and deities, and I will convert all the people of your village to Islam. So to stop the hazards, the havoc on their own village people, they sacrifice their own life. Rup Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Okay, let's not disturb all the village people. Don't torture them. Don't convert them to Islam. Don't destroy the temples. Please, okay, we will serve you. But yes, it is a hidden. It was a hidden proposal that they proposed to Hussain Shah. Okay, externally we will act like a Mohammedan, but we will be allowed to worship our deities. We will allowed to serve Tulsi Maharani. So they had Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, everything. Still till to date, you can go and visit there in Ramakeli near Malda. Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, Ashtakundas are there, where Rup Sanatan Goswami was living. So this is how it is mentioned that Kshatriya, they cannot accept charity, not at any cost. Right? And another verse, very beautiful verse is there in 7, 11, 17, Srimad Bhagavatam. Except in a time of emergency, lower persons should not accept the occupational duties of those who are higher. Except in a time of emergency. When there is such an emergency, of course, everyone but the Kshatriya may accept the means of livelihood of others. So again it is written that the Kshatriya, he cannot accept the livelihood of others. Although it is written, sometimes the Brahman, in emergency, the occupational duty of a Brahman should not be accepted by person in lower social orders, especially Vaishya and Shudra. For example, an occupational duty of the Brahman is to teach Vedic knowledge, but unless there is an emergency, this professional duty should not be accepted by the Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. Right? So in this, Prabhupada is writing after some time that sometimes Brahman protest against our Krishna conscious movement. That you are not Brahman by birth. How you are preaching, how you are giving lecture. So this is the pramana, the proof in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, in Canto 7, the Science of God. That in the time, in the course of emergency, one can act as a Brahmana. Even the lower class of the people, they can act as Brahman in the case of emergency. So it is mentioned at the present moment, society is in a chaotic condition. Everyone has given up the cultivation of spiritual life. Because spiritual culture has been stopped all over the world, there is now an emergency, and therefore it is now time to train those who are considered lower and condemned, so that they may become Brahmanas and take up the work of spiritual progress. The spiritual progress of human society has been stopped, and this should be considered an emergency. This is the situation of the present world. Here is solid support from Narad Muni of the movement known as Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is writing, there is a solid support and evidence. 7th canto, 11th chapter, 17th verse. So today we discussed that the Arjun who is acting like a conditioned soul, is not willing to fight, is presenting the reason that he cannot kill his own kinsman, there will be no happiness. So he is presenting his own thought like conditioned soul. And but the thing is, all the scriptures, all the Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, they say that a Kshatriya cannot abandon his own duties. We have already seen this in Srimad Bhagavatam, and Krishna is saying this, the same thing. Lord is repeating. But Arjun, because he is acting on his own, he is listening to his mind, अपने मन की सुन रहा है, acting like a monkey, doing the things which is coming from his mind, and so he is considering himself fit to go to forest and live a secluded life of frustration. So in our life also, if we are perplexed, don't take decision of our own. Go to Guru, go to the counselor, go to your well-wisher devotee and ask them and follow it. Try to follow it. We should not take our own decision. That we learn from this verse. So that's the thing, because we are always in the three modes of material nature. Yeah. And I would like to conclude. There's a verse. Even if comes to question, if there is a question of going to a forest, living a secluded life, then in Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto 5th chapter 5th verse, Sri Prahlad Maharaj he says, Sri Prahlad Vacha, Tat sadhu manne asurvarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhyayama sadgrahat hitvatma patam grihumanda kupam vanam gato yadharima shayeta. Prahlad Maharaj replied, O best of the Asura, king of the demons, as far as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who has accepted a temporary body, we all have accepted, and temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by an anxiety because of having fallen in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up this position, go to forest. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavan. Vrindavan Dham ki jaya, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we all are in Vrindavan, we are very fortunate. So let us try our best to practice Krishna consciousness as Srila Prabhupada has guided us, as our spiritual master and counselors are teaching. So with this, I conclude today's session. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita as it is ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The lecture.